Hello there, and welcome to Doodle Rust Designs. Today's video is a part 2 and a follow-up from my first how-to episode looking at human proportions. Do please go and catch that in my playlists. The characters I'm cleaning up here are developed from those full figure poses, and this video will explore how the proportion and relationship between features can give your designs added expression and emotion. I'll also chat over some varying different line qualities. In my haste, I've actually deleted the original line drawings, but I'll go over my thought process here while I complete the cleanup. As discussed in my last video, the proportion, the ratio of head to body to limbs, arms and legs are really important when designing a character, as are the proportions within the head. The eyes, nose, mouth, ears and hair all give a sense of the character and can add added sort of emotion and qualities to that character. This one here with the head shape, a rectangle but kind of soft edged, all of the features quite rounded. I suppose as I was drawing this, I started to get a sense of a young character, a little boy, a bit of a tearaway, a bit of a troublemaker maybe, with a short buzz top haircut, vest, the big ears. Straight away I'm starting to kind of picture the sort of individual he's going to be. The one next to it, the head shape, not dissimilar, but flipped on its side, so more kind of the shape of a sort of a TV screen. The nose larger in proportion to the eyes. Again, when drawing a character, the eyes are going to give you a lot about the expression and the emotion in that character. These with their sort of half closed eyelids, the eyes facing to the side, almost even a questioning look to the character next to him. The line quality for kind of both of these, I've used a sort of a thick and thin. The nib on my pen has got a kind of a soft quality to it. So as you push down on it, you can achieve thicker lines, or just take the point and make it really delicate and thin. With the hair here, I'm just playing with a kind of a scratchier line. So the line breaks away from the original kind of pencil draft, gives that hair quality a little bit more of a kind of a rough, wiry quality. On the first character, the small boy, the lines become sort of jagged, gives an added sense of sort of erratic movement to the character. As you're designing a character, whether it's one that you've already got a kind of an idea for at the start, or whether, like these, the character just kind of grows from the initial shapes that you lay down. The clothes play an important part. The young lad wearing just a t-shirt or maybe a sort of a vest, this character, suddenly a suit becomes involved. Suddenly you're thinking, who is this character? You know, why is he wearing the clothes that he's wearing? He's now, as I was drawing these characters, this character suddenly becomes, there's a relationship between maybe the two men, maybe suddenly across the four characters across the top of this page, there's suddenly a story developing between them. This guy, again, much longer head, again, sort of curved edges to the rectangle, echoed in the sort of long nose shape. I am a fan of these eyes, these sort of droopy, heavy, kind of eyelidded sort of look to it. His mouth squished up, all of his features almost pushed up to the top of his head, and his mouth off to the side like that, almost a bit of a cheesy cheesy grin, a smirk, maybe as again he's looking towards the other characters. Suddenly there's a relationship between them. They're involved in a story, in a scenario together, maybe. Now, just as I finish off the last few elements on this one, I know I do a quick edit on the next character, just to kind of speed up the cleaning up process. But I'll talk a little bit about the line quality that I use for him that kind of adds a little bit of, again, movement to him. These characters at the moment, quite static in poses. There's not a lot of action going on in the way that they are kind of positioned. But again, that line quality that you use can add something, can add a sort of a speed and a movement to them. So there, as you can see, the lines being used are quick. There's a dash-like quality to them, almost going beyond the edges of the character to give that suggestion that he's moving. Got those gritted teeth. So there's an added way in which your line quality can aid that sense of gesture, energy. And as you can see here, this character, I mentioned at the start of the video how some of the characters on the previous full figure kind of how-to demo developed into these here. So I had that character with that kind of small head, large body, kind of a Frankenstein, almost like a doorman working on a door of a club. And here I've taken him, just developed him a little bit more. His head's a little bit longer on this version, but he's still got that quality of sort of heavy set features, large nose, bolts in the neck. And it's at this point, with the kind of 8 characters that I've got across this page, I'm starting to now think about a storyline. Suddenly I'm thinking, how are all of these characters related to each other? We've got 2 kind of young characters on the top row, maybe teenagers. We've got the 2 in the middle, whether they be kind of second-hand car showroom businessman kind of characters, kind of a little bit shady. As we come down onto this bottom row, we've got a kind of a Frankenstein sort of horror-like character. This one here, a slight adaptation on the character with the kind of the floppy haircut. And this one here, quite a long head shape. You can see the edges of the initial drawing up in his hairline. All of the features here actually squished right into the middle of the head. A lot of the top of the character's head taken by the hair, and then his mouth in that sort of biting of the lip sort of expression squeezes everything much tighter together in the middle. And again, with the eyebrows pushed down close over the eyes becoming quite small. Again, you can give a suggestion of the character looking a little bit worried, a little bit wary, a bit scared maybe of the person that's next to him. And as I finish off this character here, I'll talk a little bit about the next one because I do a quick edit again. When I draw all of these again, I didn't really have an idea of who the characters were as I was drawing the basic sort of shapes of them. But the next character on as a continued response to the Frankenstein. Now we've got this kind of vampire-like villainous character with the arched eyebrows and the sneering look on his face. And the final one here, again, coming back to those characters from the four-figure poses, this one here now got a quality, again, maybe a woodcutter, maybe a local from the village that sits down at the bottom of the hill, and at the top there you've got Frankenstein, and you've got this kind of Dracula kind of character. So maybe there's a scenario that connects the bottom 4 characters on this page, and maybe there's a possibility that all 8 of them live in the same world. There's a storyline that encapsulates all of them. So across these 8 characters, as we're soon to cut back out to see all of them, these again were developed with the idea that when you design a character, you want to be thinking about shapes of the head, the relationship of that head to their bodies, and then that placement of features, eyes, nose, mouth. How can you add that added expression, mood, and emotion to the characters? If you like what you've seen today, do please add a like, a comment, a share, or a subscribe. And come back next time when I'll be adding in colour to the characters and their backgrounds to see where their story takes us next. Until then, as always, keep on doodling.